Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. In pursuit of a stolen magical object, Stormwood and Associates Field Team 623 stepped into a tear between realities and vanished. They found themselves trapped in another plane, facing a reality that was not their own, and driven to avoid dark forces they don't understand. And so, Team 623 finds themselves leaping from world to world, striving to put right what they find wrong, and hoping each time that their next jump will be the jump home. Stormwood and Associates stars Celeste Startwin as Dee, Jen Prock as Obie, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Kyle Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. The team arrived in a new universe that seemed pretty normal, except there was 6 months or so on the timer. But before they could even process that information, suddenly everything went black, and the team awoke finding that 5 months or so had passed, and they had jobs and had been living in this world, but now they have no memory of it. They can't find Amy. They're trying to reconstruct what the heck happened. Someone named S stole these drugs, apparently. It's all very complicated, and right now they've been digging through the hotel that they've apparently been calling home, because again, they can't remember.
So Liz went into the other room. So,
all right. So, it's Liz. How would your stuff be?
Oh, everything would be very nice and in its place.
Yeah, and it is. And then the other half of the room looks like Obie lives there.
Yep.
I don't know what that looks like, but Obie, you can tell me.
Let's say that he is chaotically organized. Like, he's got piles, but he knows what's in the piles. And where, like, each pile. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's got a pile system.
Is anything of note?
So you have some stuff, like not a huge amount of like clothes that you don't recognize. You do find like in here like Liz folded, cleaned, pressed is the set of clothes that you had been wearing for a while before getting here. And you find all of that stuff, and you find the like a gun that you had out of the truck, the Amy's gun that you had been using for a while. There's, well, it depends on what you're looking like. There's nothing obvious, I'll say. Like it's otherwise it is effectively the mirror image of the hotel, the room that I described. So the big pictures of like skyscrapers on the wall. And then obviously just like it's very hotelish. Like it's 2 queen beds side by side. One is yours, one is Obie's. Who do you think you would be by the window, or do you think you would be closer to the bathroom, Liz? Because you've been in this room longer, so Obie moved in with you.
I'll be closer to the bathroom.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Like, I mean, like, there might be stuff in here, but you'd have to, like, actually go digging and looking.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just look at, see if there's anything notable in drawers, under bed.
All right, roll me a d10.
Six.
You open the drawer to the desk and you find like one of those strips of photos from like a photo booth of you and Amy being very cutesy, and on the back it says Christmas Carnival 2022.
Okay. Just put that back.
Other than that, you do find, let's see here, actually. You do find like a handful of like Polaroids, and mostly they're of like the four of you, like at like there's some photos of like the Quick Smoke of like the four of you like hanging out, and with that and that Fiona person's in a bunch of with you. There's some photos of you and Amy kind of being cute together. There's some photos of I think there's a photo of Obie in a Halloween costume. What would Obie have dressed up for Halloween as, by the way?
Boba Fett.
Definitely, yeah. It's Obie in a Boba Fett costume. And like there's a photo of him with the helmet off, holding the helmet, and like a bag full of candy that's overflowing. There's a picture of Dee with a blonde elf woman.
I'll grab that one.
That's probably the most recent looking photo out of these. And also you find a Polaroid camera.
Okay.
Dee knocks on the door.
I will let her in.
Okay. Two pieces of bad news. I mean, you heard, don't know where Amy is.
Yeah.
But other bad news, turns out she sucks as a roommate. Just throwing that out there. Total buzzkill. I don't know anything about our dynamic other than that apparently she's really angry at me, and I can't do anything right. So, yeah. Also, everything cool that I own is like gone or missing. Yeah.
For the record, the only thing that you couldn't find were your drugs.
Yeah. That's my coolest stuff.
That's just me, the GM. Okay, I'm just like everything else that you own, you were able to find.
I did apparently have some good thrifting finds, though, if my dresser is to be believed. So that's good at least.
Vintage.
Yeah. Okay, I found this picture of you and some woman. I don't know. Does this look familiar to you at all?
I remember the thing immediately before the time.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
remember it like it just happened earlier today.
Yeah, we already established that.
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
it felt like there was no time difference.
Cat crap. Yeah, no, I know this. So I saw this lady earlier today or months ago, however this time distortion works. Yeah,
You
she
saw
was.
her?
Yeah, right after we pulled out into this universe, when we pulled over, I got out and I saw her and she had ripped up clothes and I said, "Hey, do you need any help?" And then the next thing I knew, I was serving some asshole chili fries with chili on the side and ripping him off about $3. So yeah, I've seen her.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that. But she's involved with this somehow, I think.
That seems like a safe assumption, yeah. Okay, so that's a point. All right, so what do we know? We've been here for a while. You guys are at a college. Amy and I work at this weird diner. Our boss is way too familiar with us. And Amy is a buzzkill who hid all my drugs. Also, she might have broken up with you. I'm doing it in order of importance. Anyway.
Yeah, if you want like me to describe what the photo actually looks like.
Yeah.
Please.
It's Dee and this young woman. She's wearing perfectly normal looking like a t-shirt, and Dee has her arm over the woman's shoulder, and both of them are giving like a thumbs up to the camera.
At least she's cute. You go, me. Hopefully? I don't know. Actually, she looked like she was going through some stuff. What kind of baggage did I sign on for? Anyway. Interesting.
Is there anything on the back of the photo?
Yeah, it says Sierra and Dee.
Sierra. Do we know anyone named Sierra?
Do we know anyone named... check your phone. Dee pulls out her phone to see if there's a Sierra in it.
There is no one named Sierra in it, but there is an S in it.
Okay, I have a just S. That might be a Sierra.
Okay. I will check my phone.
Roll me a D10, D.
All right.
Just roll me a D10.
5.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe think back to another time you've seen something labeled as just S in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe in your hotel room.
Oh. Wait a minute. Maybe Sierra knows where my drugs are.
There, she's got it.
She's got it.
Yeah, I will also check my phone to see if there's a Sierra. Or S, I guess.
That's a good question. Roll me a D10.
4.
You're not finding her.
Okay. Hey, Obie, can you see if there's a Sierra in your phone?
Oh, yeah, sure. I look through my contacts.
Roll me a D10. This is just literally to know whether or not it's in there. Not like if it's in there, you would find it. It's just that I'm figuring out if it's in there or not.
5.
Yeah, there's a Sierra in there.
Oh, I got her.
It's literally titled Sierra, in parentheses, that girl from that time.
Cool. Glad I labeled things.
Well, I figured I set the precedent that Obie was labeling his contacts.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff,
he would.
So, yeah.
He totally would, though.
Can I see your phone?
Oh, here you go.
Thank you. That girl from that time. Okay, so you saw her. Yeah, okay.
Oh, but you saw her too, right?
Yep.
All torn up, looking like she was desperate or something?
Yeah, she was running away from something, and I was trying to see what she was running away from, and then we just kind of blacked out.
Yeah.
So we don't know
Okay.
anything else about that girl.
No.
Okay.
I mean, she's apparently a friend of ours, it seems.
Yeah. Texts. Anything?
Okay, opening up my chat logs.
Yeah, do I have any messages with Sierra?
Yeah, so okay, let's start with you, Obie. You do have a few chats you do have a few text messages back and forth with Sierra, but they are really, I don't think there's anything really helpful in them. It's their questions like they're fairly recent, like in the last couple of weeks. There are a couple of things like, hey, Dee's on her. Dee wanted me to tell you she's on her way. There's a couple of things like that where like she was clearly relaying something from Dee, who couldn't text you at that moment. And then there are there is one saying, hey, can I borrow your Nerf gun? And you saying, I don't know. And she said, it's cool. I was just hoping to prank Dee. And yeah. But just friendly conversational stuff, but nothing that really provides information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Dee, you're looking?
Yep, I'm looking at my contacts.
All right, so so here's the thing is I have a lot of blank spots on things about Dee, just as a GM. So I'm trying to figure out how to fill this in properly. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I should have given you my more full biography of Dee's background.
Well, because I don't know I don't know anything about Dee's sexuality or what kind of things that Dee would be interested in other people and things like that. So that's why I'm like trying to figure out how to fill in these blanks.
Dee is a pansexual disaster.
Okay.
Who has been in at least one polycule that kind of blew up in her face.
Okay. So you are fairly certain going through your text without going into details that Dee was romantically involved with this person?
Okay, cool.
But not seriously?
Huh.
And you're fairly certain that yes, it is not a shocker that this person might have taken your drugs. Because there are conversations like this person, but like this person's only been like, you've only been talking to them for a couple of weeks. And it is a situation where this person might have taken your drugs, but you also know that this person may have also been how you sourced them, and that you may have previously taken their drugs.
Okay, now this is starting to add up.
So this may be a situation where this person felt comfortable enough doing something to you that you had done to her. You do actually, oh god, roll me a d10.
Okay. 8.
You find, so not like an address, but you find kind of directions to an apartment.
Huh.
That you at some point had met up with her at in your text message history.
Okay,
And there
so...
is a unit number,
Ooh.
but not an address.
Okay, so there's an apartment name, unit number, but no address. That's
Kind of like a vague description.
Oh, okay.
And like a description of the building and a street. And a unit number. So like you could figure it out, but it's not like I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, well, I'm sometimes maybe not as smart as everybody else on the team, but I'm still bright enough to make sense of this. Okay, deep breaths.
There may be several points in the directions where you have asked clarifying questions to get specifics.
Okay. Okay, well, I might have found a lead on the Sierra person.
Okay.
Right.
I think we're dating. Her and me, not you guys. And I think I kind of know where she lives. Kinda.
Okay. We could maybe go there.
Well,
It might be our best bet.
can we try, like, messaging her first? Can I text her real quick
That seems like a really good idea, actually.
Yeah, sure.
before we just randomly show up at her house?
I don't know if that's the best idea. We don't know this person.
Apparently, I know her pretty well.
Okay.
Awkward.
But Amy seems to be missing.
Correct.
And this woman seems to be like the only person we know who, I don't know.
When I saw her, things got all wobbly, and then I ended up here
Right.
5 months later.
So she might
Plus-
be responsible for this.
Plus,
Whole thing.
frickin' Amy did leave her clothes out, so it looked like she was going to go to work. Maybe. Probably should have mentioned that part earlier.
Okay. I'm just saying I don't trust this woman because she seems to be somehow involved in whatever happened to us.
Okay, counterpoint. She's been like texting Obie. How bad could she be?
So she insinuated herself into our lives, and then we don't remember it? How does that make any sense to you?
I don't remember anything for the last few months. I definitely wouldn't choose to be a waitress. I don't know. This whole thing has just been so... I knew there was going to be a catch. Didn't I say there was going to be a catch? And everything looked all normal.
Okay, I'm just saying I think we should just go without informing her ahead of time.
I mean, there might be a place where, I think she's where I got my drugs from, so... I don't know what kind of folks she hangs out with. Other than the drug-having kind? And the drug-selling kind?
Right. Okay.
What kind of drugs does Dee usually do?
It's like, she spaces things out, when she can get a hold of, stuff so that she doesn't get too addicted to one substance over another. Although weed is always a safe choice because it's not super addictive.
Okay.
And it just kind of chills her out, especially with her, like, mountain of baggage from, things related to her family.
Okay. I was curious.
But it's definitely a coping mechanism for years of just not always being in a safe place.
Wait,
Okay.
so you had drugs
Yes.
in your room?
Apparently, yes.
Have you been having drugs in your room?
If the notes from past me are to be believed, then yes, I had.
You lived with a child.
I didn't. I have no reason to believe that I had the drugs when I lived with Obie. I'm more responsible than that.
Okay.
Not my frickin' sister.
Okay. So can we go to this drug den?
It's not necessarily a drug den. Just because people have less than prescribed prescriptions to deal with their bullshit doesn't make them terrible.
I didn't say anything like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure stuff out.
I think we frickin' all are. Jesus Christ, we just lost 6 fucking months of our lives in this weird Midwest small town hellhole.
I'll tell Corfan
I mean,
said that. Sorry.
We're effectively going to live forever unless we get actually killed. And it's not like we had to actually, live those however many months. 5 months.
Yeah, you know what? That makes me feel even more violated.
This was actually...
Because apparently I've just been on autopilot. Well, some weirdos might have been taking advantage of me. Wonderful. Not loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Not that. Anyway. Stupid God that only I can hear.
I'm the drugs.
Anyway, do you still have your gun?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. We're gonna be armed if we go. All right. I don't trust this woman if she's there.
Okay, fine. We'll go grab my gun. I'll get strapped. We'll make this work. I don't know what this is yet, but we're gonna make it work.
I really want to make Obie do a thing, but
Do the thing.
so the entire time while Liz and Dee are arguing, Obie is on his phone
Okay.
and he would like to send a text message to Sierra
Okay.
saying, "Hey, what's up?"
All right. You send that text message.
and see if he gets a reply at all.
So far he hasn't gotten a reply.
Okay. So he'll just hang on to that.
Okay, so Liz will retrieve her gun.
Okay.
Yeah. And then go over to Dee's room.
Dee goes back to the room, grabs a gun, actually grabs a pair of leggings since apparently she has to go outside now.
All right. So, Liz, you step into Dee and Amy's room.
Yeah.
Amy's got a bunch of her
Okay.
stuff in stacks, in like very neat stacks on the side of the room closer to the bathroom. It's like the mirror image of your room. And it's clear that Dee's bed was the one by the window, and it's a mess. And although a lot of the garbage has apparently been cleaned up and is in a bag near the door.
Okay. Gonna look through Amy's stuff, try to find daggers.
Oh, you're looking for her punch daggers?
For punch daggers, yeah.
You don't find them.
Okay. Hopefully she has those. Yeah, I'm gonna look through her stuff. See if I can find at all where any indication of where she might have gone.
Okay. Yeah. So roll me a d10.
That's a 2.
Well, you find
Obie can totally investigate things.
you find a you know how you found like a strip of photos in your in the desk in your room?
Yeah, did I find a torn up one in here?
You find a mostly burned one in here,
Okay.
and there are a couple of photos with couple of Polaroids with you strategically cut out of them.
Right.
Of
Okay.
like Amy and Obie, and then an empty space.
Okay.
Obie, you said you're heading over there?
Oh yeah, I'm
it's-
coming with.
Okay.
So he's just like tagging behind.
You said you were totally going to investigate, though.
He can.
If you want
I just
to.
mentioned that like
Yeah.
if anybody wants Obie to investigate things, he can do it.
Liz is gonna like go over to like her books, see if there's anything in the papers in between pages or anything. I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, roll me a d10. Ooh.
7.
All right. So how much does Liz know about magical theory?
Not much. She grew up in Stormwood. She knows about the things that they do.
Right, but like if someone were writing something about like advanced magical theory and things like that, like how much do you think Liz would be able to like glean from like the gist of it? Like if there was something like using like advanced jargon, like I think it's possible that you would definitely recognize it as such.
Certainly.
But I don't think she'd necessarily, without like separately researching, like
Correct. No,
yeah,
she would not.
So, I'm gonna say that, yeah, like there's something about, there's like a couple of terms you recognize, like, but it's clearly like a reference to like there's some question marks about technomancy, and yeah, it's. Like there are terms like you see something about like field theory and like Aeropostate's third hypothesis or something like that, but you don't have like it's and you can see like some references to digital ley lines, something like that. Like it's
Okay.
but you don't know. Just roll me one more d10.
4.
Okay, yeah, that's all I'm going to give you off of that.
Okay.
Actually, can I? Obie's gonna come over and totally investigate the books,
Okay.
looking for that guy he was searching on the Linux.
LexisNexis.
Yeah, that one.
LexisNexis is a real thing. It's just
Oh,
for the
jeez.
record. It's
Yeah, of course it would.
yeah, it's LexisNexis. This big. Sorry, I used it a lot when I was a political science student.
I was about to say, I was going to say I know that one, but that's a history. Yeah.
There's a reason why you had to do it from a university computer. So, yeah, actually, literally on the piece of paper that Liz is holding, you see in Amy's handwriting something. You see Anton Bubler like name like circled in red.
Oh, hey, that's the guy.
That's the role that Liz messed up. Was finding that.
Oh,
Obie just comes
so
over
it
and points
is.
at it. Is like, that's the guy I was searching at the library. Remember?
right. Okay. That seems important.
Yeah. Maybe she was
Okay.
looking for him. I should have looked up more about the guy. And if he's alive and where he lives. Ugh.
I mean,
Dang.
you know. You still can.
Yeah. Okay.
I made
okay.
sure you had the name, so I was like, okay, like they're not looking harder, but you know they know the name, so they can look it up later if they have to.
Well, now
Okay,
it's
we can
important.
investigate Sierra. We can investigate Dr. Anton Bubler. We can. I don't
Find
know.
out more about both,
okay.
honestly.
We need to find out what Amy was looking into. So
That's a good idea.
Liz grabs a stack of the books that seem like they would be maybe helpful. Like, and then gonna look at Obie.
Mhm.
Consider for a moment, and then grab a book about ward magic.
Yeah, because effectively these are a bunch of it's a stack of Amy's books that are a bunch of used textbooks.
Yes.
Quick question. So some schools will let you borrow a laptop.
Mhm.
Because most, well, actually, no, it's not a hotel that would normally have a business room full of computers.
No, are you asking where Obie would be able to find a laptop?
Yeah, or a computer.
There is one sitting on the desk in this hotel room.
Oh.
There is a laptop sitting there.
Obie goes over to the laptop.
All right.
Is it powered on? He powers it on.
He opens the lid and it wakes up. It's plugged in right now.
Okay,
Looks like
good.
it's charging, and you see a login screen. It's a Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a MacBook Air, and you are at a login screen.
Do I know the login?
Well, so you're at the login screen, and there are a number of user icons. One of them says Obie.
Oh. I click on my icon.
It says password or Touch ID.
I touch.
You put your finger on the Touch ID sensor, and you are logged into the computer.
Whee!
This is Amy's laptop she's had this whole time. It's just been in the truck.
Okay, I'm gonna Google the guy.
Okay, you're gonna Google Anton Bublar.
Yes, just a basic Google search.
All
to start.
right. Roll me a D10. I just want to. There's a bunch of stuff that could come up, and I want to see which one comes up first.
And I don't have research as one of my thingies. 5.
Okay. I'm gonna say you find an article that is from 2015. It is 4,000 dead in Chicago magical terrorist attack.
Oh.
including and this is like the local university paper. In the article, you find that Anton Bubler's wife died in a magical terrorist attack in downtown Chicago that destroyed the Willis Tower.
Ah.
There's a bunch of stuff in there about the fallout of magical energy fields being reduced after a supposed Nexus event.
Ah.
And having repercussions across the entire Western Hemisphere.
And how long ago was this?
This is 2015. It is
Oh, so-
currently February 2023.
Okay, so way before we got there.
Yeah.
Cool. But that might explain why it's taking the truck so long to recharge.
Yep.
Because there was this big magical explosion type thingy. Cool. So there's that. I would like to
You keep Googling?
yeah, I'm gonna keep Googling. Specifically, I want to find out like if this guy is still alive, and
Yeah.
if so, if I have any way of contacting him or finding out where he is.
Liz will join Obie at the computer and will
You
assist in
Liz's research skill?
yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. So the next thing you find is actually from the local DeKalb press in Google News. That is Professor Anton Bubler resigns from Northern Illinois University after ethics inquiry, and that is dated December of 2022.
Holy buckets!
So it's a little over a month ago.
D is watching you guys from the just like sitting cross-legged on the bed.
Okay, let's check out that article.
Yeah.
So after the article talks about how there was an ethics inquiry into the professor of magical studies, that the professor resigned before the tribunal could begin his hearings, that it's unprecedented, that apparently an anonymous TA had come forward to report on something, but the actual details are still being held confidential by the university. But it is remarkable that as a tenured professor that he was effectively like removed of all responsibility in courses so quickly during finals week.
Jesus.
And that, whatever happened was pretty extreme.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty light on details, but he does appear, as at least at the time of the article's publication, to reside in DeKalb.
Oh ho ho.
Okay, we need to visit this guy.
You are not finding an address for him, though.
Right.
I mean, it'd be nice to visit him, but I have no idea where we'd even find him.
Okay.
But wait, if he was teaching at the
Yeah, we
school
could-
you guys
they would-
work at, were you
They would know
trying to
where
get
he
close to him?
lived.
Yeah, they'd have his records still on file.
Did you guys work with him, maybe? This seems like the kind of undercover bullshit you guys, like, love doing.
I seem
Yeah,
to have
but-
worked in the library, so
Is that all the searching you're going to do? Or
no, let's do more.
okay. What are you going to search for?
I don't know.
Trey, if you don't know the answer, that's fine. But do you know what class Obie was taking? What the subject was?
Oh, yeah, he's taking Introduction to Advanced Magical Techniques.
Right. And would he have like a student handbook in his backpack?
Oh, roll me a D10.
A 9.
Then yes, 100% has one.
Okay, because most of the student handbooks will list professors
Uh-huh.
who are there at the beginning of the semester.
Right, and this would have been printed before the semester began.
So Obie's gonna take a look at that. Is our dude in there?
Why, in fact, it looks like that was the original professor for the class you're taking.
Oh, hey.
Although you started taking the class after he was no longer the professor. Yeah. Like, he was supposed to be the professor that semester, but someone else took the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, 100%.
Cool. He was supposed to be my professor for the class I'm taking.
So, yeah, you guys were doing some sort of cool undercover thing, maybe.
I mean, maybe. Who? It could have been like a weird coincidence, or it's all set up by someone else. Like, you gotta keep brains open. I don't know.
So I think we need to go back to the school and find out where he lives.
Yeah. We don't even have a last name for Sierra. Has Sierra like texted me back at all?
No.
Cool. Awesome. Because like I would think like, oh, let's freaking Google Sierra, but like blonde girl named Sierra
Well, I mean,
into Google search is not going to be super helpful.
You could Google the name along with other things.
I mean, I might as well try since we're sitting here and I've got Liz's research ability on me.
Okay, what are you gonna search with her name?
I don't know. Ken's brain is failing.
Hey,
What?
let's try searching for Sierra and Dr. Boobler.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
God.
I like it.
All right. So, first thing you do is you come up on a LinkedIn page for Sierra Ingress.
Ingress.
She is there, and part of her resume is as a teaching assistant for a Dr. Anton Bubler. Although it doesn't look like she's logged in to her LinkedIn page for a few months.
She's the
Okay.
one who tipped him off.
We need to find her.
Yeah, we do. She hasn't even texted me back. Let's go.
Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.